Hello everyone. Hello guys. How are you guys on today? Guess what time it is? It is story time with Miss Doris. I'm so excited. I have an awesome book for us on today. I'm so excited. I'm going to go ahead on and get started. I would like to greet everyone all over the world. I would like to say hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some good night. Someone is going to bed somewhere in the world, but guess what? You are just in time for story time with Miss Doris. I'm so excited on today to be reading you an awesome story on today. Shout outs to all of you out there in Storytime land. Hello and welcome to all of our new Storytime followers that's going to be tuning in for our story on today. Today's book we're going to be reading is going to be part 2 of Become a Leader Like Michelle Obama. Today we're going to be reading chapters 3 and 4 on today, Becoming a Leader Like Michelle Obama. Yes, I'm so excited. Well, and guess what, guys? Guess what our letter is? You know, we're still working on our sign alphabets in sign language. Well, today is the letter O. Today is the letter O, in which we will be doing in sign on today. So let's go ahead on and get this out of the way before we get to that story time song. Remember, guys, I need to see the front facing of your hands. Hello, Shakana. Hello, Shaquavia. Hello, Minerva. I hope you're having an awesome day on today. Guys, let's see those hands. Get those hands up. Remember, wiggle those fingers and get those muscles moving and active. Let's see. Hands up. We are going to form the letter O in sign language. We're going to form the letter O in sign language. Gradually bend those fingers down. Crunch them together like this. This is the letter O in sign. And if you want to do it with your other hand, wiggle those fingers, get those muscles going, guys. Get those fingers moving. So, front facing, I need to see, let me see the front facing of your hand. We're going to make the letter O. Gradually close them down with the thumb. This is the letter O in sign language. This is the letter O. Well, let's try and do it a little faster. Open those hands up. Form the letter O. The letter O in sign. Now we're going to do the letter O without saying the letter out loud. We are going to say it in our mind. Ready? Front facing of those hands. Let me see that hand, Shakana and Shaquavia. I know you guys got this. Hello, Royce. Hello, So. Hello, Poopas. Hello, Cousin Terry in Louisiana. Hello, Auntie Adele in Texas. How are you on today? I hope you guys are having an awesome day on today. Let's form the letter O without saying it out loud. Ready, set, go. Good job. You guys did an awesome job. Now let's keep forming it a couple of times. Good job. You get faster and faster and faster. Well, yesterday we did the letter N. Yesterday we did the letter N was our letter for yesterday. Get those hands up. We are going to form the letter N. Take the two fingers, the last two, put the thumb down across them, bring it over. This is the letter N. Let's try it one more time. This is the letter N. The letter N. So remember, take the last two fingers, put the two fingers over the thumb, the letter N. Now let's form both letters. We're going to do the letter N and the letter O. Oh my goodness, that forms a word. That's going to be no. The letter N, O. N, O. Wow, you guys know how to do two words now. N, O, no. N, do it to the music. Good job, good job. Well, guys, remember, when we're doing this story time song, make sure that you are practicing safety first. I don't want you guys hurting yourself, because I know that song sometimes really get you moving, and I love that song as well. I know you love it. Story time. Story time. Story time with Miss. It's story time. She'll read to you, sing to you. She'll read to you, sing to you, tell you all just what to do. I love that story time song. I'm so excited to be reading you guys your book, your story on today. Well, go ahead on and have a seat, moms and dads. Wow, Miss Doris, read you a live story on today. Thank you so much. I appreciate you on today. Well, we're going to pick up where we left off yesterday, talking about Miss elect First Lady Michelle Obama when she went off to go to school to Princeton. So today, chapter 3 is going to be about Princeton. As Michelle pulled in front of what would be her freshman year dorm room, she felt overwhelmed. Princeton was really huge. There were so many people. There were so many trees. She saw guys joking around and laughing like they had known each other for years and years and years. She saw the freshmen looking timid, standing by their parents' car, waiting to unload cardboard boxes of bed sheets and winter jackets and notebooks. Michelle's dad had driven her. Let me turn the music down just a tad bit. Excuse me. Michelle's dad had driven her to the drop-off. Even though it was hard for him to walk at that point, he stood tall watching his young child move into her dorm room. Fraser Robinson was so proud of Michelle. He was proud of her past and proud of her future. Princeton was a widely different world than the south side of Chicago. Most of the students Michelle saw in class or in the dorms or in the cafeteria were white. Black students were few and far between. She had her brother Craig, who was a little older than she was at Princeton, and her new best friend Suzanne Adele. Suzanne was a bright ray of the sun for Michelle. She was carefree and self-assured. Michelle admired those qualities in her friend and wanted people to see those qualities in her too. Being around a person like Suzanne helped Michelle bring out the best in herself. Michelle even had a work-study job, which students on financial aid were required to help pay their tuition costs. She worked in the student's office helping people, and she had a cool boss. C. Zenny was about 10 years older than Michelle and always asked her great questions. They all started with these 3 words. Have you ever? Those questions always got Michelle thinking. They help her think about a world outside of her own. Even though Michelle met lots and lots of different kinds of people in college and was exposed to many different ways of thinking and ideas, she still felt like she had seen much of the world. On a trip of New York City with Suzanne, she was pushed outside her comfort zone when Suzanne asked her to drive her car. Oh my goodness. Uh-oh, Michelle. She got a chance to drive a car when she went to college in Princeton. Her friend's car. Times around crazy New York City blocks because there were no parking spots and Cesare had to run something inside one of the big, tall buildings. Michelle thought, I can't do that. But there was no one else who could. And so Michelle was forced to believe in herself and her ability to drive the car around those city blocks. And guess what, guys? She did. It may seem small to you or me, but this was a big turning point. Michelle realized she did not have to blend into the background. She did not always have to take the easy routes. She started to imagine herself as a helper and an influential voice in her community, as a smart mind with ideas to share with the world. As Michelle continued to spread her wings wide, to spread her wings and fly. I love that song. I believe I can fly. She would often call home and relay her exciting Princeton stories to her parents. She told them about working at the Field Center, then named the Third World Center, a support center for students of color. She loved that job, and her parents were so proud of Michelle. She was the butterfly they always knew her to be. But as Michelle was stepping into her life, her father Fraser's life was best of him. And even though her mom and dad put on brave faces, Michelle knew her father was slowly slipping away from her. She was experiencing so many different emotions at that time. This was Michelle realized growing up. Chapter number 4. When someone says you can't, prove them wrong. Always prove them wrong when someone says you can't. It was almost as Michelle blinked and college was over. Princeton was an amazing place for Michelle. It was a place of personal, academic learning and growth. It was a place of friendship and heartbreak and laughter and tears and late night studying sessions and even a few parties here and there. It was fun, and how it was over. It seemed like it was only yesterday that Michelle and her dad pulled up to the curb of a dorm and looked nervously around at all the new sights. Now, Michelle called Princeton home. She knew all the shortcuts and secret study locations, the names of the library staff, and how to get from one building to another without using a map. Before she was truly a graduate, her last assignment would be to write her college thesis, which is like having a really big paper due for homework, but you have a whole year to work on it. Michelle thought a pretty good student was finding herself distracted near the end of college. She was losing steam, and her professors were starting to notice her slipping. They worried about her application to Harvard Law schooling being rejected. You know, you're a good student, her professor told her, but you are the best I've ever seen. I'm not sure. Do you remember the college advisor who doubted Michelle was Princeton material? Well, now she had someone doubting her ability to get into Harvard Law School. If there's one thing we have learned about Michelle LaVaughn Robinson so far is that when someone says she can't do something, she does everything in her power to prove them wrong. Hello, Royce. Hello, Miss Nisha. How are you on today? How do you think this story ends? Do you think she got into Harvard Law School? If you answered yes, you were right. Never let no one discourage you. Remember, from your goals, remember, you can do it. You can do all things through Christ that strengthens you. I know you can. I have faith in you guys. The session I learned from that is that as a woman and girls, we can't confront those negative voices. Don't ever confront a negative voice. Always think positive. The ones in your head and the ones, people in our lives telling us what we can't do. Michelle said in an interview in 2018. Michelle's professors and advisors remember seeing a huge difference between the timid freshman and the Princeton graduate, Harvard Law School bound Michelle Robinson. They said she had gained a certain confidence during her time at the university and recall her work advocating for more Black faculties to better represent the changing makeup of the school. She was destined for big things, and her educators hoped they would someday see her change not just her community, but the world, if only they knew. There she goes, guy. Remember, you can fly at whatever endeavors you put your mind to. I believe I can fly and soar as high as I possibly can. Wow, that was an awesome story on chapter 3 and chapter 4 with Michelle Obama going into Princeton. That was an awesome story. And guess what? As entering into Princeton, she met a best friend, Suzanne, and Suzanne had to go and drop off some important papers. But I don't think Michelle Obama drove then that much. I'm not for sure, but it doesn't say. But guess what? She put it to the test, and she did it. At first, she doubted herself just for a second, but then she remembered what her professor said to her. Never doubt. Always remember, you can do whatever you can. You can do what you can do if you put your mind to it. Remember, your mind is a very important piece of imagination, artwork. Oh my God, it's amazing on what your mind can do. I enjoy. Tomorrow we're still going to be, tomorrow is Wednesday. On Wednesdays are our Christian day. So we will pick up on our chapter book on Michelle Obama on Thursday. You guys were awesome. I enjoyed reading you an awesome chapter book on Michelle Obama, First Lady Michelle Obama. Remember, if you're not feeling well, always let someone know that you're not feeling well, and they will take really good care of you. And when you're out and about, or playing with your favorite toy, or reading your favorite book, make sure, Royce, you are washing and sanitizing your hands at all times when you're done at that snack or reading your favorite book. And remember, I know in some places they have lifted the mandate on wearing your mask, but some places you still have to wear your mask. So remember, if you have to wear your mask, make sure you're wearing it at all times when you walk into a building, or it has the sign on the door with the picture. That means you must wear a mask to enter. Remember, we are still practicing safety first. I love you guys. I enjoyed reading you an awesome story on today. To all of you that are celebrating a birthday on today, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Kane. You turned 11 years old on today. Special shout out of birthday to you from Storytime with Miss Doris. Take care, guys, and remember, as we always say at the end of our live Storytime reading, if you're not smiling on today, I hope when she sees me at Storytime, smile, that you are smiling. Have an awesome day. Take care. See you on tomorrow.